Welcome, I'm TAMKO, and you are listening to African Action Heroes, the podcast, the online community developed by and for creatives and changemakers of African descent to facilitate promotion, collaboration, and empowerment. Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time, hear what you can expect. An open-hearted conversation with creatives and changemakers of African descent, sharing their journey, useful tips and insights to help you to be at your very best while creating content and stories about us through our own narrative. Also, it will be a great opportunity to discover and connect with incredible and inspiring rising stars looking like you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Akil, to be with African Action Hero, the podcast today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, seriously, because I was I saw you work on Instagram, and I was like, wow. yeah, because I used to do also like that type of
Like photo editing and all
of
that.
editing. Yeah. But so lately I stopped. But when I saw what you did, I was like, oh my God, I have to get back to that. Like that give me a lot of energy and motivation.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, and especially it show like people of African descent through the best light ever. Like with a powerful like a hero.
Yeah. Like starting out, I didn't think about that, but like as I started like getting better and like trying to figure out what I wanted to like say with the pictures and stuff, that's exactly what I was trying to go for, like representing our people as like heroes and
that's
stuff like that.
That's really awesome because that's the kind of things we definitely need.
Yeah,
and so basically how it works is like it's just a very very chill atmosphere. It's just a conversation, like open-hearted conversation between two creatives of African descent, and we talk about like I'm gonna ask you like a few questions about you, your journey, and everything. And
ask away. Let's
go.
Okay.
And if there is something you don't feel comfortable to answer, you can say no, it's
no problem.
Yeah. Because the most important is like to have like authentic answers.
Yeah.
Okay. So to start, I would like to know. So what a graphic designer do?
Well, it's honestly like a lots of different fields, but I guess generally I would say, maybe I should speak for me specifically.
Yeah.
I do logos. I do websites. I could do like print design, so like flyers or anything like that. I can't think of anything else, but those are like the main things I do as a graphic designer. I've also got into like photography and 3D design, but yeah, graphic design wise, those are probably it.
Okay. And so you're working at CGTN America?
Yeah. So that's a global news network, and there I do graphics. So if there's a story on like gas prices, then we would create a graphic for the background of like the gas charts and prices going up and stuff like that, just to help support the stories that they tell. We create graphics for that, and then we have special projects when we do like we might do an animation for an opening of a show or something like that. So it's kind of a lot of things to do.
Yeah. Okay. And could you like tell me like why have you decided to work in this industry?
Oh man, well, it was kind of accidental because in school when I went to college, I started out doing computer science. So I was taking like the computer programming and like all different like algebra and like I forget what's after that, calculus and all that stuff. Yeah. So after my third semester, the courses got really hard, and then I was like retaking classes and stuff. So then I was actually on academic probation because like the minimum GPA you can have is like a 2.0. So then I had a 1.9 for the first time in my life, and then I had to figure out what else I was gonna do because computer science wasn't working out. So then I switched to become a studio art major, and I saw one day I was walking in the building, our building, and I saw a poster that said like graphic design meeting. So I went to that meeting, and then the my future professors, they were explaining like what would we be doing in the curriculum. So they were talking about like different branding projects and different things like that we would be working on. So when I was sitting in the meeting, I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. So after I signed up for that, I think I had to like wait till like the next fall or something. So I signed up for that and got in, and I haven't looked back since. I've just been working, doing different design projects.
And how long ago was that?
I graduated in 2017, and so maybe around 2013, 2014.
Okay.
Was when I had to do the switch over.
Okay. So now you have like a lot of years in that industry.
All the viewers?
Years.
Oh, years.
Yeah.
Because even before I got into like I switched my majors, I was doing like cover arts for my friends that made music.
Okay.
So, and I would do like wallpapers for my own computers and stuff. But that was before I knew that graphic design was like an actual career path I could choose. Okay. So I always like did all that on the side for fun. So when I signed up for the to get into the design concentration, I actually had like a lot of personal projects that I worked on up until that point. So that also helped me get in, because we had to like submit an art portfolio.
Yeah.
So even before getting in, I had like a lot of stuff done.
Okay. So yeah, and I would like to know, during your journey, like doing graphic design, did you have like some kind of mentors or people who helped you to like develop your craft, and or it's like all by yourself?
Yeah. So after I graduated, that's when the summer after I graduated, I bought my first camera, because as I was doing cover art, I wanted to be able to like take my own photos instead of always having to like find something online, finding like stock photography. So I got my own camera for the cover art, and then I actually got into photography through that, like taking pictures of like other things. And then somehow, like I was always into like photo editing and manipulation and stuff. So, and I love anime and comics and all that. Yeah. So over time, that just like bled into the photography. And then I found out like, or I thought to myself, like, no one else is really doing stuff like this. And I found a couple, like, I don't know if you know The Brightest Hour or Creations of LA. They're like probably my two biggest influences. After I saw like their accounts, they do like kind of like the same surreal editing. Okay. But that's when I figured out that, okay, there's like a lane for this, but no one's really doing like the anime side, which is, and superpowers and all that type of stuff. Yeah. So I kind of leaned over towards that, and then that's how I got into like incorporated all the anime stuff you see in my pictures. So.
Yeah, no, because seriously, that's really impressive. But we're gonna get there very soon. First, I would like to know, like, what was your first job as a graphic designer?
First job, first professional job. Yeah. Was on campus. We had our like recreational center where it has like the gyms and fitness and all that stuff. They have a graphic design department. It's like supervisor and like two designers, two student designers. So it was me and this other girl, and yeah, we were just basically like doing posters that would advertise fitness classes and do like the schedule and print brochures when they had like events and stuff. So that was my first job, and definitely learned a lot for like print design and stuff doing that.
Yeah, and like going in that field, how supportive was your family?
Well, actually, very supportive. Yeah. Yeah. After I got into the field and all that, and like started talking to my family about it, my grandfather, he's an architect, so he's kind of, it's not really artsy. I guess it can be artsy, but it's not really the art that I'm doing, but it's still like creative.
Yeah.
And he actually designed the room for one of the buildings on campus. The same school I went to, he used to work there. So he designed a room for, so it kind of all came full circle. But and my uncle, my grandfather's brother, he did signs and stuff back in the day. He like store signs and all these different event posters and stuff like that. So after I got into it and talked with my family, my mom would be telling me about my family members, kind of learned that it was kind of in my blood to begin with.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting to learn.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes when you go into like that graphic design path, some people, because for me it has been very difficult. But that was like a very long time ago when it wasn't a thing to do graphic design. But now it's a little bit different, but still.
Yeah. Also, when I got into it, it was kind of around the time where people were more aware of like branding and like your brand needs a brand and you need a logo and stuff like that. So it's become more like prominent when I was like starting out. So yeah, I definitely feel like that also made it easier and more acceptable to be in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's cool. That's cool. Good timing.
Good timing. Great time.
Yeah. And so now I would like to get into like your work that you're posting on Instagram. Yeah, because that's okay, hold on a moment. I just gonna put that up quickly, so you won't be able to see, but now I'm putting something. Actually, I'm putting your website, and there is the picture that I think is the most recent picture, like with the
gate.
Yeah, with the gate, and and how, for example, that type of work, how do you get the concept? How come?
Man,
are you coming away?
It changes every time because initially I wanted to do. I don't know if do you watch the Demon Slayer?
Wait, what?
The anime? Do you watch Demon Slayer?
No.
Okay, there's a character I wanted to base the photo off of, and I like, even when I bought the sword that he has in the show, it's kind of like a lightning swordsman.
Okay.
The swordsman with like lightning powers. So I wanted to base the photo off of that. So, and then I don't know, for some reason I just couldn't like get the lighting, and I just couldn't figure it out. So somehow, I don't know, by chance, I just like looked through Pinterest or something and I would find inspiration. So like the gate, I had the gate portal idea I had for a different concept. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll throw that in there. And then after that, I just had to figure out the angle and everything like that. But I mean, it's like, I think I started maybe like last month, or beginning of May. I probably started trying to figure it out. And then I might like work on it and nothing might work. And then I might just sit it down for a bit.
Yeah.
And then it's just like baby steps, little by little. I just like build on top of each idea until it gets to like a direction I could see. And then I'm like, okay, I can do this. And kind of grows.
And what type of content are you using? Are you using only like pictures, or are you using 3D as well? Or
I just got into, before I was just doing pictures. I would buy like I usually have like statues and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because for this one I was really impressed. I was like, how did you make the Super Saiyan?
Yeah, so like that and the Nine Tails Fox one, I have the actual statues. So I would shoot those and then kind of edit it in Photoshop to like add the fur and stuff. And everything else is like stock photos. But with the gate one, that was my first time. The gate one and the one with the giant robot. The platform I'm standing on, that was built in 3D.
Okay.
That was my first time using a 3D software. And the gate one, I kind of took on a bigger project in 3D with that one, because the gate and the sand is built in 3D.
Okay, and
everything else is like stock photos.
So you made your those assets like the gate.
Yeah, I create. Well, the one with the robot, I just found the model and then textured, put on like a metallic texture on it.
Yeah.
The one with the gate, I actually built the gate
You build the
and
gate.
the sand. Yeah. So I was just like
Okay.
watching a bunch of tutorials.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And what software are you using to do that?
That was Blender.
Blender.
Something free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Blender now is it's really getting powerful. Yeah. That's cool.
But the only thing is my laptop is from like 2013, so I'm waiting on Apple to release the new M1Xs hopefully next week.
Okay.
So I can upgrade.
Yeah. For sure, like you're gonna be able to do more stuff. Yeah, because 2013, yeah, that's kind of long.
Yeah, but I mean it because up until then I was just doing Photoshop, so it's good for Photoshop and like After Effects if I don't do too many effects.
Yeah.
And I only use like one application at a time.
Okay.
But so I could work around it, and I work off a hard drive, a SSD drive. So
okay.
Wow, but yeah, it's time for that upgrade.
And why like animation, Japanese animation?
As in like why do I use like anime?
Yeah, why are you like but it's kind of weird question because I'm into anime as well, but it's just like to explain like to people like
that was just my childhood, like in back when Dragon Ball Z was popping. That's like I would come home from school and then watch that with my cousin like every single day.
Yeah.
And then so I think just like that kind of childhood and like Saturday morning cartoons like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon and all that, that's like that's our childhood. So I think that's the only reason it's like ingrained in me so far. Like even now I still watch anime. So
yeah.
And when I'm at the bookstore, it's cool because I kind of see like some older people like picking up anime books, manga books. So I'm like, oh wow, it's cool to see. Like I might be them in the future.
Yeah.
A couple more years, I'll be.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, because you where are you based right now?
I live in Maryland.
Maryland.
So just outside of DC. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because because I'm born in France, and my background is from Cameroon. But the first time I came in New York, I went to an anime convention. It was New York maybe Comic Con or something like that. Yeah, and I was so impressed because I saw like all the Konoha village, but in black version. And in France, that's something that you cannot see. And I found that like so so inspiring.
Well, when where I work in DC, there was a Comic-Con, or there's a building where they have a Comic-Con convention. I don't know how often they have it. I guess it's like every year or every other year. But maybe like 2 years ago, for the first time, just before I knew it was there, I saw like all the people wearing the costumes walking in the street and stuff like that. It was pretty cool to see. I never like witnessed that in person. I've only seen it like on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, and I would like to know. So, what is your cultural background?
My family is from Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
So yeah, I was born here. My dad was born in Tobago. My mom was born here, but her side of the family is from Trinidad.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And how do your cultural background impact your work?
I just think it helped me become more what's the word, like versatile or open-minded, because like I coming from like a different culture, you're eating like different foods, listening to different music and stuff like that, especially back in the day before like everything was so open. Now like social media, so everybody knows kind of like all cultures. But back then it was like if you're different, it's kind of like you can't really, it's hard to explain that to somebody that doesn't know like a different culture. So I think it just like helped me be more versatile in that aspect, because like even now like I listen to like different kinds of music and watch different kinds of, like I'm willing to try any genre of movie or show. So it's like just being open-minded to different things.
Yeah, that's cool. The way you do all those editing, it
Hmm.
blend like really like seamlessly. And do you have like a
Yeah, thank you.
special, I don't know, special technique
Like
that
a
you
technique? No, it's really just doing it like taking it little by little. Like for that one, I don't know if you can see it, the statue's like right up,
yeah.
kind of, it's right up there. Yeah, I don't know, once I, or maybe it's like building off of it bit by bit. So I took a picture of the statue and then it's like, okay, for my picture, I need to match the lighting. So that's something I have to do regardless of the shot. If I take the shot or find the stock photo, the lighting has to match.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't match, then I edit that picture to match like the original statue. So it's kind of like it's like a dance going back and forth. So if I have the statue picture and I have this picture, I might need to edit this a little bit to match this, or I might need to change this to match that. And then if I add something else, I just make sure each thing I add into the picture is like cohesive. So that's kind of like my thought process to like get everything to like fit, matching the lighting, and then making sure everything like fits and makes sense within the picture, like within the story of the picture.
Yeah. And so, and have you met other like creatives for of African descent, like doing that type of editing, or like like portraying like, yeah, putting yourself as a hero on the scene, or like creating that type of content?
Mm-hmm. What about it?
So have you met like other people of African descent like doing that type of content?
Not in person,
Mm-hmm.
just because like I me personally, I don't know any. I know a couple of photographers, but nobody that really does like photo editing or like surreal editing or something like stuff like that. No, nobody in person. I've seen a lot of cosplayers that they focus more on like the outfits and then
Yeah.
like the effects that they do. I guess they're not really like graphic designers or
Yeah.
anything like that. So like they might throw the effect on there, it doesn't really like look realistic. It's kind of, you could kind of tell how they did it. So I mean, I haven't met anybody that kind of like goes all in, maybe the way I've been doing, but I've been meeting new people like through Instagram. I've been meeting new people almost like every day.
Yeah.
When somebody sees my work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure I will, but
Yeah. Yeah. And what is your like your vision for the future regarding like all your the content that you're creating?
man, I am still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like I know NFTs have gotten popular, so I was thinking about trying to get into that to hopefully like build a fortune in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe I get famous and like my collection goes for like $1 million or something.
Yeah.
But
it definitely could.
Oh, thank you. I just feel like I need the audience. Maybe I don't have the audience yet.
Yeah.
Because I know for NFTs, it's kind of about exposure. So if you create one and nobody really knows about it, then you're kind of like just lost in the sea of like people that created like 1 million NFTs by now.
Yeah.
So still trying to figure that out. But I don't know. I wanted to hopefully maybe in the future do something where I get to like help kids or maybe other photographers trying to like get into editing or something like that. Maybe far off in the future, I'd have a design studio where we can like pump out work like this for like other people. I want to work with brands creating like campaigns in the future.
And what type
maybe
of campaigns would you be interested in?
Well, Nike's my favorite brand. So like say they have like a shoe called the Lightning Force. They're bright yellow. So I could maybe like do I mean, they have CG artists and stuff that could do that now, but I don't know, maybe like creating a campaign with like an electric powered superhero wearing the Force, something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like just like
I saw a lot of Nike in your
that's my favorite brand.
Yeah,
I got my shoe rack up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I felt like I felt like maybe it was a call a call.
Yeah.
But it might work. It
Yeah.
might work.
Yeah. I
So
mean, if not Nike, I'm down to work with any other brand, but it's just like
yeah,
Nike's my favorite brand, so I'm gonna wear them regardless if I
yeah.
get the sponsorship or not. So
Yeah. No, but that's cool. I think that all the project that you mentioned that you would like to do in the future are really yeah, really interesting, and especially for the regarding the NFT. Have you
mhm.
heard about Bibo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was
Bibo.
referring to when I said like the
Okay.
collection selling for $1 million.
Yeah,
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 like
yeah, yeah.
that.
Because yeah, he's like yeah, that's really crazy. But maybe if you could do like because he was doing like every
Like
day,
an
he's
every
doing
day.
like every
Yeah,
day for like maybe
I
14
think he did that for
years.
like years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
40. Yeah, I think maybe 14 years he has been doing that, and yeah, but little by little, like if you like create like more content, I'm pretty sure that
yeah.
something gonna happen with the NFT because yeah, what you're doing is like pretty awesome. I love like the robot one.
Oh, the
Like
giant robot in the
no,
background.
no, not this one, not Evangelion, but like the one you are in robot and you're fixing yourself or something like that.
Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
No, because all those ideas are like really interesting
Yeah,
and
thank you. It's cool. I didn't think it's just cool to see how much other people like the images I created. Because sometimes I would be working like the gate when I was working on it,
mm-hmm,
and like the whole time I'm like, maybe it's not as good as I think it is. And then like right before I'm about to click upload to Instagram,
mm-hmm.
I always have that doubt, like,
Oh,
man, nobody might like this. But in my head, I know like I have to just do it anyway because I've
yeah,
spent so much time on it and I like it. So then I just upload it and people like it. So I'm like,
yeah. No, I can tell you that all your picture are like super good and
thank you.
yeah, and so far there is yeah, I love them all.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
especially the one like yeah with Evangelion and Dragon Ball Z. We could believe that you were
Yeah.
in that place and
Yeah. See, like going going back to the question you asked, like how I come up with like the concepts.
yeah.
So that one, I wanted the I knew I was gonna use the Evangelion, but I didn't know how I was
Mhm.
gonna show because I each picture I need to make sure that like you can see me in the picture.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like seeing everything kind of like from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be the in the image and then have like another object kind of like accent the
Okay.
story, complete the story. So I knew I wanted the robot, but I had to figure out how I was going to show myself and the robot because the robot is so giant.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of hard to figure out how it would realistically look.
Uh-huh.
So then somehow I randomly saw, have you ever seen Ready Player One?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, how they have the VR
Yeah,
and they're kind of
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
controlling, yeah, they're controlling the avatar in the game.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's how I got the idea for like having the platform floating and then I would be like controlling it via VR.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I know
it's kind of
that's
like different, it's like happy accidents that happen that it's kind of like triggers
o-
something.
okay. No, seriously, the concept is awesome. And yeah, and the way you put yourself like in it, that's true. Oh. Yeah, now I'm starting to see the pattern actually. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's so cool. No, seriously, I think I'm gonna do some picture too.
Go ahead. You got to. Gotta get more art out in the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Starting our people.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. Oh my
Because
God.
I know, like, I follow a lot of artists. Like, they might be 3D artists on Instagram, and
Mm-hmm.
they might show like a great landscape.
Yeah,
And I mean, it looks cool, but I like focusing on like the story
yeah.
behind it. So I would rather have like the character, and then create the world, and
Mm-hmm.
in that one shot, show some kind of tell some kind of narrative.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because I did some, but I felt like in terms of like storytelling, there I have to work more, like in
Hmm.
terms in the composition to yeah.
Yeah.
I send you the link and you check and you let me know what you think. I'm using 3D and I'm
Hmm.
putting everything together, But yeah, so that's why when I saw the gorilla for Dragon Ball, I was like, how did he make that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was at one time. I forgot. I forgot for which picture, but at one point I was willing to like pay somebody, a 3D artist, to like create the object. Maybe I would have everything completed, and so they could see where the object would go in the angle. I would pay them to create the thing, but eventually it's just like, why not learn it myself? That way I have more control over it. I don't have to depend on somebody else. So little by little, because like the gate, I just learned how to do. It's really like a simple. The architecture is simple. It's like two pillars and like the two things. So that was simple. So for the next one, I think I have an idea of what I would try to do differently. It might be simple, might not be, but we'll see.
But but the simplicity, I think simple is best, actually.
Yeah,
because me, I think that I have like too many things going on in my mind, and I cannot like properly put everything in a simple way. But
I think I'm probably the opposite way. I usually have like just like the main idea, and then sometimes I would like I might have two ideas, and then I would be working on one, and I want to save the other one for a different post, so I have more content. But then I would be working on the one picture, and I'm like, it might not be there all the way. So then I just started getting into or learning how to just like incorporate my second idea into the first idea instead of trying to create two different things. I just put them together and create one bigger, better image, and then just think of something else completely for the next one instead of trying to separate two ideas all the time to have more content to post. Just focus on the one, make sure it's as great as it could be, and then move on from that.
But right now you're giving like golden tips. No, that's really cool. And for the okay, now I think it's interesting when you're explaining all your process.
Oh yeah, let's go. It's fun.
Yeah. So
I never get to explain it before.
So let's do this. And for the for example, there is one you're doing like some skateboarding, and
the birthday one with the 29.
29, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, that one was. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the how do you like shot yourself from a low angle?
Maybe after this, I don't know how you post the videos, but maybe I could send you like my like in progress shots or something. Because I actually just somebody DM'd me and asked me how I did that one, and I sent them the like the picture of me on the board, the actual picture. So I had a stool, and then I got a skateboard. I painted the skateboard the metallic silver with some spray paint. So I put the board on top of the stool so I can get a low angle. So the camera was on the ground pointing up at the skateboard. And I kind of had like 1 foot. If the stool's here, the kind of skateboard kind of like hung off. So I had one back foot on the stool and the front one on the skateboard. And then so that was the picture of me on the skateboard. And then I took another picture and just held the skateboard so I can get the part that was covered by the stool in the first picture. So I took that picture of just the underside of the skateboard and kind of just photoshopped it in. But the thing is, like when I took the original picture, that's probably like 2 years before, and I had dreads then. So I always wanted to. I was saving that picture to do like a Nike campaign, a Nike hoverboard campaign. But so I was gonna use a couple of my friends and have them in like Nike sweatsuits and stuff, and then have the board and put like a Nike sticker on it, so it'd be like a Nike advertising thing. But it just, I don't know, I can never get it right because I have to like shoot different people levitating like in the real world. So it was just like setting all that up was kind of too much, so I just never posted it. And then for my birthday, I just decided just stop saving it, just use it. So I just took another picture with my haircut and then photoshopped my head on there. So I kind of faked that picture.
No, but that's really cool. That's really cool. Because I think I saw for the QB picture. I think you've posted with the Naruto Big Fox. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
you posted already the like
Like the
tutorial.
process for that
Yeah, the
one. Yeah, yeah,
process. Yeah. Yeah, because I saw that one that was really cool. And
yeah.
yeah, I saw also Black Panther. But I think like for your NFT thing, because I really believe that you have a huge potential with your content for
Mhm.
NFT. I think that yeah, if you keep doing like the process thing, that's gonna attract a lot of people on your platform wherever maybe you should even like have that on your website, like
Yeah.
a process tab, and people can come and check all
Yeah,
your work.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Um, do you follow Corridor Digital?
Core.
They're more
Yeah,
so
yeah,
on YouTube. Okay.
yeah.
They do like the VFX breakdowns and stuff. They
Exactly.
they had, well, have you seen when Beeple came to their office and all that, and they had the little competition, design competition?
Yeah, no, I haven't watched this one yet. Yeah, I saw it,
Okay.
but I didn't. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Beeple came to them and they all created like a composition, a VFX
Hmm.
composition. And so I think it all might have been like the looped animation, and
Hmm.
they ended up taking each animation and turning it into an NFT. And
Oh.
the way that they branded the NFT, I don't know if I'm gonna explain this right, but the way they branded how they're selling the NFT is kind of like a collectible
Mm.
trading card, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. So it's kind of like a digital trading card of NFTs. So I also want to make sure, like when I finally decide to roll NFTs out, I want to kind of like brand it like maybe like a video game or like a collectible card or something like that.
Hmm.
Because I love video games too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to,
Oh, okay. I gonna watch that. Yeah, that video.
yeah.
Yeah, because NFTs. Because me, I work in the communication, so
Hmm.
that's why I see like yeah, I believe that you have a great potential in terms of the content, but you and with the process, it's a super like a hook to bring people because you sharing, and so people can they can learn, and you putting them at the center because they can after say, okay, I know how to do that, and that's a good feeling, so people gonna keep coming,
Hmm.
and they gonna see like your work, and you're gonna be like, boom.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
believing in me so much.
No, yeah, because
I love it.
that's what African Action Heroes is for. It's like really to bring all the people from African descent in the world and to make like
Hmm.
because we are
Yeah.
one, and we need to work together and to support each other, and so that's why with that platform I would like but now it's still small, but little by little I want to yeah to give like exposure to artists like you, like
Hmm.
creatives like you, and because there is a lot of people around. I met since I studied African Action Heroes, I met a lot of like different artists, but they're all like kind of isolated, and I
Yeah.
believe
Same
that
here.
yeah, so I believe that like putting people like connecting people like helping them to collaborate, or even if you're not in the same field, but for example if someone who is in a work in Nike see that video so maybe they're
Hmm.
gonna be like, oh, we want to work with that guy, and that's the kind of idea behind ultimately, and
Yeah.
to show like how yeah to change the narrative as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, and what you're doing, it's really helped because that's show us in the like in the positive with a positive image, and
Yeah.
because when I see like movies or there is a lot of like stereotypes, and when we are represented, and
Yeah.
that's kind of horrible, and I really believe that like younger generation like should have like that type of model like
Yeah.
seeing themselves like as a hero. And so because when you see it, that's when it's become easier to
Yeah, to believe it. Yeah.
yeah.
I think I also probably I adopted that mindset like after seeing like Black Panther and
Yeah.
the Spider-Man, what's the
In
animated
the
version one?
multiverse.
Miles Morales. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So after seeing those films, I was like, that kind of like inspired me at the time to like create something of my own that like kind of represented me in like that kind of way.
Yeah. And that's like super important, I think, because all the shot that you did is like, it's not like those stereotypes that we see. It's so yeah, for the one with the Spider-Verse t-shirts, like, did you actually climb on the
Yeah, actually, I don't like that picture anymore. But yeah,
Okay.
I climbed up. It took me forever to like learn how to climb up on the top side of a rim, but I finally got it. And then I had a drone. I think I had the remote like on my lap.
Okay.
But that's one I definitely wish I could have had help on.
Okay. Yeah.
I also probably might redo that idea with something else, but I don't know.
Yeah, because when I saw that, I was like, that's very simple, but I was like, no, maybe there is something. But the climbing is big thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was still trying to figure stuff out.
Okay. No, it's yeah. And the Power Ranger one as well. Yeah, that's but at least you
Which one was that?
Power
With
Rangers, the one with a big robot in the back.
Oh, did I post that or
it's
with like the 7 people walking?
Yeah. I'm on your
colors?
website.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on your website.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's one. That's like, I think the first time I did commission work. So one of my a friend of a friend, well, he's my friend now, but he before I knew him, he hit me up, and then he asked me, he had that idea, and he asked me to if I could do that for him. And before I even knew, I think that was my first time editing like a giant robot in the back. But I just said yes before I even ever tried something like that, because I figured I would figure it out while I was doing it. So yeah, that was the first time. I don't think I had the actual robot. He had one, but it looked like too stiff. It was like an actual action figure that didn't really move. So I think I just found that picture on Google and just like edited it in there. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
if I were to do that now, I would like try and buy the actual figure and shoot it.
And
yeah.
Yeah. And can you tell us more like about your like the compositing, because I see that on your picture you have like the foreground thing.
Foreground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and background and everything. And I think that's
a must-have.
Yeah, that would be interesting if you could explain those concepts for people who don't know.
So I mean that I learned that trick from photography. So like I said, I got my camera after graduating college, and I basically just was like on YouTube and practicing, learning about like the 1/3 rule and compositions and stuff like that. And sometimes I look up I just got into comic books, so I look up like how artists create like different panels. They might have like action panel, like the main hero here looking in this direction and the bad guy over here. So I kind of take all that into account when I'm trying to figure out how I want to lay things out. Just like the Dragon Ball Z one, that's exactly like that same kind of framing. So, and when I would shoot with my camera, I always loved like having something in the foreground, kind of like framing the object. So it would be like this, framing the composition. So I just brought that over because I think it helps kind of like have everything fit cohesively. So you have your foreground, you have your middle ground, and you have your background. So if I know I'm going to be in the middle ground, I would want something that's in the foreground and something in the background. Like the gate picture has the cactus in the foreground and cactus in the background and middle ground. But just something to kind of like tie the foreground and background, tie them together to kind of like engulf you into the scene. So that's how I try. Yeah, I take like composition inspiration from like any like movies or anything. I would, when I read like my manga books, I would take a picture while I'm reading, take a picture of the panel and then like save that for inspiration.
So yeah, that's a very good idea. Yeah, because me, it's so my wife is she's a photographer, and
oh, you got a creative wife.
Yeah, because she's been doing photography and also she's film director as well, and she's been doing that for 25 years. And
wow.
Yeah, she taught me all those like foreground, background, middle ground, and framing
Yeah.
things. And yeah, that's really exciting, and that bring like a lot of depth in the picture. And I really think that make a big difference.
I always try and fit it in where I can. So that I think that's probably my like that might be my one signature thing. If not the anime, or if not like a giant character or something, it might be like having something in the foreground, kind of like just blur it out.
Because I saw that with the Black Panther and
the grass,
the grass and the crow, and I find that like very, very good, because definitely that bring a big difference. And good signature.
I'm glad you picked up on it.
Because I'm trying to see like all those detail, and because that's what is really exciting, I think. And sometimes people don't pay attention because maybe they don't know, or but when I saw your work,
if you don't know, it might be I was gonna say, like, if you don't know, it might be something that you feel, at least, like, as long as if it feels right, like the Black Panther one that has the grass, so it kind of like feels right, feels like a part of the image.
No, but definitely. But I think I have, because I'm watching your picture and I'm like, oh my God, seriously, I have to work on that. I have to work on that, seriously. Yeah, because me, I was doing like picture, but in studio. So I was taking. I have a great home studio with a green screen and everything. So I was like doing picture for a cosplayer. Like maybe it was before COVID. Yeah, I stopped when COVID happened. I stopped to do that. But before, I was like shooting cosplayers and making like creating a background in 3D, and I put them inside, and
so for your process, did you do the background first? Or did you take the picture first?
In my process, I take it depends, but usually I take the picture. Usually I have an idea of like what the scene, because what I do is like before like bringing in the talent, I go online and I make a lot of researches about the character. And since me, I'm a kind of old school anime fan, so like the new anime I'm not too familiar with. So it was My Hero Academia. So
I just started watching that a couple months ago. I love it. I wish I read it. But I love it.
Because I think it's cool, but I'm like because I'm really, really old school.
Older than My Hero.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you said I'm thinking of Hunter x Hunter. Never mind.
Because me, it's like Hokuto no Ken. I don't know if you know Hokuto no Ken, Senseiya, and but that's
oldest one I've probably seen was like Yu Yu Hakusho, and I never like actually watched that.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z was my all-time favorite.
Okay.
It was around that time.
Yeah, Yu Hakusho, it's like around that time. It's like very old school. Yeah, because it didn't show, but I'm very old actually.
Black don't crack.
Yeah, exactly. But in the process, so I do researches. I create the scene in 3D, because when you have the 3D scene, after it doesn't matter really, like you can put any angle that you want.
Yeah, you're right.
So what I do is I start to create the scene, and I take a picture of the model, and I try to check like what angle for the camera, like what angle I used, and to see the distance and all that kind of things. So, and because at the beginning I wasn't aware of that, but my wife saw my pictures, and she was like, "What? That doesn't the camera angle of your
Yeah, it doesn't match.
Yeah, it doesn't match." And I was like, ah. But anyway, so now I'm like, I pay attention to that, so I check the angle of the camera and everything. So like that is going to be easier when you go in 3D. Me, I'm using Cinema 4D to create all that.
Yeah, my first time trying Cinema 4D was at work, but it was like 2 licenses on like, or is it one license on like 2 computers and all that, and the computers are kind of old, so it's kind of wonky. But I think it's like $1,000 or something like that, and so I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not up there yet. My computer can't even handle all that, so I'll stick with Blender. I mean, Blender's been pretty good.
No,
but one day I might graduate.
Yeah, Blender now is since the 2.8, I think it's like it's a killer. Me, I have to learn more Blender, because I would like to be able to switch if necessary. But yeah, with Cinema 4D, what I like is it's very intuitive, and yeah, so it's like it's easy. It's easy to manipulate everything, and yeah. So I started to like to create. I actually create the school of My Hero Academia.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I created the school in 3D, and yeah, and after I put some people inside, but it's a little bit heavy, so I cannot like use it too much. I have to find a way to like reduce a little bit, or like upgrade my my computer. Yeah, but the thing is, like, once I have that 3D model, after I put the texture and everything, and I take the talent, I put them, I match all the angles, I put the talent inside, and then after I put everything, I'm working more on After Effects to edit the picture. It's kind of,
so you're making it like an animated type of graphic.
Yeah, it depends, because sometimes I'm taking actual video. I'm taking a video, but sometimes I'm taking a picture. I'm using stock footage and all that kind of thing. So for me, using After Effects is easier to like edit to do the composition. And after some time, I go in Photoshop and I do like few
little tweaks,
matte painting kind of things. Like if I want to add more details, but that's recently that I came up with that matte painting style of editing. So because it brings more details, and like that I don't have to put details in the 3D model. Because at the beginning I was putting detail in the 3D model, but after you have like render that take forever, and that's not really, it's not really efficient in terms of time and but that's pretty much that. But I send you some link, because I did I did another thing. It was Masters of the Universe.
I think I know the name.
Oh yeah, that's pretty old as well, and because I recreated the castle. There is the castle called Grey Castle, I think, Castle Grayskull or something like that. Yeah, and I made it in 3D, and I put the guy, because I saw online a guy who made the He-Man cosplay, so that the main character. And when I saw that cosplay, I was like, oh my god, they have to do something. And I contacted him and I asked him if I can use this picture to do like some editing. And and I create the castle in 3D, and I put him inside doing the iconic pose of the character. Yeah, but I'm not. I wish the blending was as good as yours.
Yeah, I think well, I'm still learning my process, but I think it might change, but I think right now I save the picture for last, and I set up the everything in 3D first,
Yeah.
and with the lighting and all that, just so I know that when I shoot myself, if I have to add additional lighting, I know where to put the lights and all that, and the
Yeah.
angle and everything. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm used to, even before I started getting into 3D, I would be taking like 1,000 pictures with the like burst mode on, and trying to like figure out different angles and different heights of the camera and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
No, but that's because what with the 3D, what is cool is like you can adjust the lighting. You can put the light everywhere you want, but after, what is important is like the angle of the camera and yeah. And me, that was one of my big mistakes when I was working on. It's like it wasn't like really, it wasn't matching so well, so that you can feel that there is something a little bit off. Yeah. But it looks, it still look cool, but yeah, it could be better.
Yeah.
But now
every time I edit, it's kind of like, if I do this, does this fit? Does it match to everything else? It's kind of like going through a checklist for each item I put into the picture. It's like you put it in there and like you figure out if it matches, if it can match. If it can't, then you might have to find something else. But if it can match, what do you need to do to get it to like kind of flow seamlessly with everything else? That's kind of like how I go through like each element.
And usually, like, what type of angle are you using when you're shooting your pictures?
I only have two. I have a 50 millimeter and I have a 18 to 35.
Okay.
So I just use the 18 to 35. And because I kind of realized it doesn't really matter that much for me, because I just need to capture my entire body and maybe some of the ground, and then I'm good. Okay. But I kind of opt for like lower angles, because again, going back to photography, that's kind of like, that's more empowering for the main character, like whatever you're shooting, the subject. If you have like a lower angle looking up, and it kind of looks more realistic. Yeah, but like a kind of like an actual perspective of something.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like I'm doing a master class. Yeah. And
this is cool. I never have anybody to talk like Photoshop with, so
yeah,
this is cool.
Yeah, so that's why we're here. No, because I know that people they are isolated, and you don't talk necessarily about what you do, the process, and that's something that, because me, when I am doing all those stuff, I would like to share with people like all the process, like how I'm building those 3D assets, and how I'm mixing everything, and especially I would like to share that with the world, but specifically also with other people of African descent, so like that we can all like create contents and stories through our own narrative, because that, I think that's for us, that's something really really important, because we have like only like Hollywood perspective, and when you see that, it's like whether you're a gangster, whether you're a slave, so that doesn't give a lot of options. And I think that's we need to show ourselves, to show, like, to tell our stories ourselves, and so that's why people like you are really important, I think.
Oh man, thank you, man. That is...
And you see, our t-shirt match.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I think we have a lot in common.
I knew I liked you.
Yeah.
I knew I liked you.
No, but we have to stay in touch. We have to stay in touch, because I really want to support you as I can, like to make sure that people see your heart and know what you're doing, and can contribute to your vision. Yeah, because maybe you can. Me, I see that with my nephew. because I have my nephew is like maybe 18 or something like that, and overnight he became a kind of famous YouTuber. Like he went from nothing almost to 15 million view on his content.
Oh,
Yeah. I was like, what? And the thing is, there is like for the younger generation, there is like uh, it's they communicate with each other like a lot, and
hmm
because my nephew right now he's also like building a team with people like all over the world, and they're gonna like create like those animation, and it's kind of a niche. uh, I forgot, it's SFM. I don't know if you know SFM.
hmm
It's kind of software, very limited, but you can create stuff. It's about a video game. I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Send you can send that to me
I
too.
sent
I'll
yeah
check it
I
out.
sent you the link, but like
Okay.
it's a niche, and in that niche, like there is a lot of young people doing those type of animation using specific assets, and
hmm
yeah, and they become like there is a community. There is a community, and they know
Yeah.
each other, they support each other, and I think that as like creatives of African descent, we have to do the same. We have to do the same, like connect
hmm
with each other, talk. For example, you shared your process, like in, I think that it can inspire other people, and maybe some people who never did that, they might be like, okay, I'm gonna try, and we'll see how it goes. And I think,
Yeah, I definitely had like a couple people like that that like want to get into it. That have like been
mm,
like, oh man, I love your work. It's inspired me to like get into Photoshop. Or some people took a break and they're like they want to get back into it and stuff. So that's
yeah,
pretty cool to hear.
yeah. Because me, seriously, when I saw you work, I was like, oh my god, I have to go back, like doing that type of editing, and even put myself inside, because usually I wasn't putting myself, and I was putting people, or
hmm
I was taking picture of my daughter or stuff like that, but and putting her as a superhero. But yeah, but now I feel like maybe I should put myself inside like you do.
Okay, yeah. So starting out, I would want to shoot like my friend. I would do I don't know if it's on my website or I might have turned it off, but I would do like kind of conceptual shoots where I
Mm-hmm.
had like one friend. I did like I called it House of Balloons, and I had bought a whole bunch of balloons and just did like a photo shoot with her and the balloons. And like the last picture I did was like the balloons kind of like pulling her up, like so
Uh-huh.
she was levitating, like, a picture like that. So I even before I started putting myself in the pictures, I would like try and do conceptual photo shoots,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like campaigns, and
Yeah.
just shoot that. But then I would always have to depend on like other people,
Yeah.
like to set up a time when I might need help or something like that. So as a way to like get away from all that, I was just like, I'll just focus on myself. That way I
Mm-hmm.
can get up and shoot whenever I need to
Yeah,
and
exactly.
do the edits myself, and I could just keep it rolling that way.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna do. At least you convince one person to do it. Yeah, yeah. And I'll do it. And yeah, to put a little bit of pressure on me, I'll show you. Yeah, and yeah, I'll show you something. Okay, let's put a date. Let's put a date.
Okay.
Yeah, to put the pressure. Okay, we're no. Let's say 18. Yeah, June
Okay.
18. I'll post something. It,
Okay.
like,
The 19th is the Juneteenth. So I was
oh,
actually trying to learn how to learn like how to do a flag in Blender because I want to do a Black Panther style thing. I don't know if you know. I don't know how popular it is, but there's a
mm,
Black Panther flag. I don't know if I have it anywhere.
oh,
Just it's a red, green, and Black Panther flag. So I was
oh,
gonna do that in Blender, and I haven't figured out the composition, but I was gonna do the flag in Blender and could like do like a pose of me holding the flag or something
yeah.
like that.
And maybe we should do kind of a series thing. I mean,
series.
you do on the concept that you are talking about, like
Hmm.
you do the, the the picture like with the flag, and I do as well a picture with the flag or
Mm,
on on the
yeah. Okay. But I don't know how long it'll take me to learn how to do the flag. I think it might be pretty easy using a
no.
cloth simulation.
Yeah, usually it's not that complicated. I don't know in Blender, but in Cinema 4D it's not so complicated. So that's why I assume that Blender should
Okay.
be okay as
Yeah.
well. The idea is like to constrain the the cloth on
On
something,
the pole.
yeah, on a pole,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Okay.
yeah,
The
yeah,
thing is, I kind of want it to be kind of like a worn, tattered flag that's kind of like ripped at the edges, kind of
yeah,
like frayed at the edges. So that part, I haven't seen anything
yeah, on
tutorial wise for that.
on Blender I don't know, but
Okay. What would the like process be for cinema?
to in cinema, whether you create, um,
Or do you like draw the shape of a hole
yeah,
and then
you
kind of
can,
like subtract it from?
yeah, maybe okay. The easiest way actually would be to do the flag in Illustrator. You do the flag in Illustrator. You put holes as you want, and you rip it as you want, and you do that in Illustrator, and then you put it in. So in Cinema, you put that in Cinema, and you extrude.
Okay.
You extrude the flag. Okay, wait,
So it'll
hold on.
be from like 2D to 3D, kind of
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Okay.
And hold on, I don't remember if uh, actually there is different way. Maybe I have another like more easiest way is to make the image, make the image of the flag. Yeah, I think it would be easier to make an image of the flag in Photoshop with the ripped stuff and everywhere, and you create a mask, alpha mask, that gonna uh, cut out the part that are
Hmm.
ripped, and you put that on a regular plane. And when you put the texture on it, the alpha mask should remove the like the ripped part,
The holes and
yeah,
all
the
that.
hole
Yeah.
and everything. So you end up with a like transparent, like the part with the alpha mask is going to be transparent, so you're going to see through and you're going to have like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another. I think that would be the way that involve less CPU and GPU.
Okay.
Yeah, because
All right.
I try to do things like to not too heavy.
Like when I first started out, I would do like a project like every week or
Hmm.
a picture every week,
Yeah.
and then later on, maybe like when I got to the Black Panther one, I think I took like 6 months off,
Mm.
just to like get away from like social
Yeah.
media, Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just started like appreciating taking my time and
Hmm.
like just posting whenever I'm done. So I
Yeah.
don't really try and force it.
Yeah.
But since the Juneteenth is coming up, I'm hoping I could figure this out by then.
Mm.
So that's kind of like my first time crunch in a while.
Yeah.
Because up until now, I just like post whenever.
Okay. So and send me a link like with the flag, with the Black Panther flag, and
Okay, yeah. I swore it was in one of these comics. Ugh. I don't think I find it. Probably not right in any of these. So these were like my first comics I ever. I
oh,
think this is my first one I ever bought, Black Panther.
oh,
I think in February I just started reading comics,
uh-huh.
so that also helped with like the creativity
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's cool. Because me actually, when I was young, I was into comics, and I
Hmm.
was looking for comics in Paris, and I bumped into a manga store. That was one of the first at that time,
Okay.
and I switched. I discovered manga, and I switched from comic to manga, and
Yeah, I think I think I'm probably reading more manga now than comics. just because I like the stories better.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
Yeah.
let me try one book, and if I don't see it, then I'll just send it to you
Okay.
afterwards. Let me try one last thing. I'm gonna just pull up on
Okay.
here to
No
see if I can
problem.
show you. All right, so let me get this over here. So
Oh.
that's the flag, and where's the other part? And then this is kind of another
Oh.
shot. But
Okay.
so, and for like inspiration, these are kind of like
Okay.
I'm looking like how they have the flag in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
cool.
this is probably like the one I might go with. Like
Yeah.
how that looks.
Oh, that's cool.
And this is me like this is how I do kind of like
Like
sketching,
yeah. Okay.
digital sketching, yeah. So
That's
this is
cool.
this is one composition, but this kind of like looks like the Naruto one. So I might not go that route. I might stick with this one, but we'll see.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna think about something as well. Like the flag. Oh my god. No, but I have to do it. Okay, 19. And you're gonna post it in June 19, or
Yeah,
yeah,
if I can,
yeah,
if it's not working out, then I might post it anyway.
yeah.
I want to do it on the 19th just because I like I like things to like match up, so I
Yeah.
would want to do it on that day.
Yeah. No, I think we should do it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gonna do it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And if I can't figure it out how to do the flag, then maybe we can collaborate on
Yeah, but the thing
something like
is,
that.
yeah, if you cannot find out a way to do a flag, just let me know, and I can try to do something on
Yeah.
on Cinema 4D, and yeah, that's gonna be our super collaboration. Oh my god, I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah, I'm now like the Evangelion one was probably I think the first time I've like collaborated with somebody else.
Mhm.
So the the second Evangelion one with the red one,
Yeah.
that guy, he's one of the guys I mentioned earlier that kind of like inspired me to like keep going with this stuff.
Yeah.
So I sent him like the Dragon Ball Z picture and the Naruto picture, and then he liked them both. So then he said, let's work.
Yeah.
So I just need to come up with the concept and then set everything up, and then I just needed him to send me his picture.
Yeah.
And then
No,
put it in there.
That's cool. Well, seriously,
Yeah.
because that's how it works. You see, your work brings so much positive vibes that you attract like-minded people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do, like keeping to posting like our content and showing like how amazing we are, and
Yeah.
yeah. And I know that, oh my god, that's gonna change the world. At a certain point, that's gonna change the
I like
world.
to think that, but I don't like to live. I don't want to like, I don't know, get too ahead of
Yeah.
myself
No,
before.
yeah.
But I keep that in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Like years from now, like even when I'm gone, hopefully
Yeah.
the internet's still around and like this stuff will like live on forever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like imagery.
No, because me, I'm a super positive, ultra positive. I think it's that's come from anime. I'm super
Yeah.
positive, and I'm like, yeah, I can do it. And no matter what, yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. But
Yeah, I'm a super positive guy too. So,
mm,
and I never thought about it, but yeah, it probably could be from anime.
yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure, because I think, but I talk for me, because me, I come from like very dangerous place in France, and I know that anime helped to
help you
go
escape.
through, to escape, and to yeah, and to, even if like the environment wasn't like so good, it brings it brings energy and positive energy. Yeah, that brings positive energy, and we can relate like with the character, because we have to fight all the time. We have to fight all the time, no, anime, I think that's a huge part, because there is the growth. Yeah, you go from the bottom, and you grow throughout your journey, and and I think that's the big thing that I got from animation. So I know that even if I'm at certain point, I know that later I'm gonna be there. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna stop there, because I can hear the kids coming in.
You lost your quiet.
Yeah, I lost my quiet. But seriously, Akil, that was such an honor and pleasure to talk to you.
Oh no, it was fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to chat, just let me know.
Yeah, seriously, I think that we should chat again soon, and do do some cool video where we show like your super skills and your super work, and you can like talk and explain more your concept, because we could do like something like that, or we pick some pictures and you explain the concept, and we focus on something specific, and because man, you're genius. No,
Thank you.
Seriously, no, because but personally, you gave me so much energy because even if I don't have much time, I'm like, no, I have to squeeze something in and create.
Yeah.
Even if it's simple.
Yeah, even when I'm like, I might have like a couple of projects lined up and stuff, but it's like I always feel like if I don't create for like a long period of time, I start to get like feel like an emptiness that I didn't like need to create something.
Yeah.
So like putting it out kind of like helps me stay motivated to like work on other stuff.
So. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
But
okay,
yeah,
so
great talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us, and we see you very soon.
Oh yes, thank you. See you soon.
Okay, bye.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Thank you for listening to African Action Heroes, the podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode, learned something interesting, and had a good time. Continue the conversation on our website, africanactionheroes.com. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section. And of course, if you believe this podcast could help or interest someone you care about, make sure to share it. It was TAMKO, our image, our stories, our narrative.